So go ahead and find yourself in a place that you can feel comfortable and maybe close your eyes and become aware of the breath, your breath coming in and out. Being aware of how your sit bones rest on the chair or sofa or floor that you're resting on, and feel that support. Become aware of the voice and sounds that are around you, whether it's my voice or anything that's within your vicinity, the sound of your breath, the sound of your heart. So there's a drawing, beginning of a drawing inward rather than just focused on initially what's outside, but then those outside sounds also appear to be happening within. So if there's a sound that you hear outside, it's actually sensed. You have a directional sense of where it may have come from, but you feel it within you. Like there's no space between you and that distant object, perceived distant object. It's all held within this open space of consciousness awareness. And we become aware of any thoughts we may have, feelings, or emotions or sensations. They're viewed upon by the witness. And the witness has a knowing or a knower. So there's the known, and there's the knower happening within this space of awareness. And this affectionate knower unconditionally embraces whatever is known. It meets it as if it's its own, unconditionally. We would call this the I, the greater I, the larger I. If you find yourself engaging in thought, planning, even debating with a thought or how to manipulate or control some imaginary outcome, this is the little I. So who are you speaking on behalf of when you interact with your thoughts, with your feelings, with your sensations, and with your relationships, situations around you? Are you affectionately embracing? Or are you taking it personal, reacting, resisting? How you receive has a direct impact on how you feel about a situation. How you resist has a direct impact. If you receive things with this loving embrace as just something that's happening, may not be necessarily happening to you, but it may appear to be happening to you as the separate I, the impersonal I, or the personal I, excuse me, not the impersonal I. The impersonal I views it as just something happening. And when the impersonal I is engaged in thought, engaged in seeking or resisting, planning in your imagination and your thoughts, you end up having this desire to have something that you feel you don't have, whether it be happiness, money, relationship, peace of mind, security. And that personal I begins to engage in how to plan how you can get that which you feel you need. So there's a sense of lack. I have to have something in order to feel happiness. And then the planning from the little I begins to act out and do what it thinks it needs to do, first in your mind, possibly. So you start arranging and planning all these things you must do in order to experience that which you feel you're lacking, you don't have at this moment, whether we said it's happiness, security, relationship. As if those things that are constantly changing will somehow bring you eternal happiness, lasting bliss. They may briefly, once they are received, that you may briefly end the search, the seeking, and experience a sense of joy, sense of relaxation, sense of peace of mind, because you're no longer struggling to have or do. And then you find yourself trying to resist the change of maybe losing that thing, or it turned out to not be what you wanted, how you wanted it. So all this is projected out outside of ourselves. And what we're asking is to now redirect that focus, that awareness, attention towards the one that is witnessing, asking ourselves, what is the nature? Is it in lack? Does it change? Is this I that we speak of, is it constant? And how does it relate to everything? Not the personal I, the impersonal I. The I that's always there, that just knows what's happening without the desire to change what's happening. This loving embrace, this affectionate affectionately looks receives, meets everything without the need to do, to change. From which everything comes forth and dissolves back to. Just as a wave rises up from the ocean, just as a thought or feeling, a desire rises up like a wave from the ocean, we find ourselves overlooking the ocean and seeing only the wave. And our personal eye devises ways to make the wave go a certain way in order for us to experience happiness, security, stability. And those waves are constantly changing, coming and going. And yet the ocean remains constant, calm, at peace. If you dive, even in a great storm, if you dive deep into the ocean, there's just peace. So let us return to that ocean of a consciousness, ocean of awareness within ourselves. There's nothing we have to do. Just become aware of awareness itself. We find we're not doing anything, it's just being present, affectionately present. Without need, without lack. From which everything comes forth, from which everything returns. Whatever arises, allow it to come, allow it to go. See if you can disengage. Let go of the judgment, the need to change it, to resist it, to grasp it, to seek it. To see if you can allow it to be as it is, to come and go. And your joy, conscious awareness of being full without lack, the peace of mind and joy that arises from that knowing, meeting whatever may arise. turning to the seat of the heart, the seat of consciousness. As the witness dissolves into consciousness itself. There's nothing to do. Don't have to learn to lovingly embrace. To experience your joy and your peace of mind. It is your nature. Sometimes it's easier to discover what you are not than what you are. And there is no limitation. That's contrary to that which you are. Constant presence of I, the constant presence of God, the beloved. There is no lack. Look around. It's only when you have a false sense of I, you're veiling your truth. And even that doesn't have to be undone. From this nothing appears to be so many things. So many things disappear back into that nothing. But in that nothing is held everything. There is no lack. You come forth from that. It's only in the veiling that you forget. And then you plan and then you do in order to fulfill that part of yourself that you feel is lacking. There's only one, or there can't be selves. Merge into the one. Be with the one. The one may appear as many. Don't lose sight of the one, though. And recognize the one in the many is you. Yet there is no personal you. It is only the one. Returning to your breath, returning to the seat of your heart. Becoming aware of your sit bones resting upon the chair and the floor. Knowing you are fully supported in that oneness as you are that oneness. Embracing all affectionately, lovingly, compassionately. And so it is. Yeah, and inhale deeply. And exhale. Welcome back, my friend.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, we got to share together. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being the inspiration.
And thank you. That was just what I needed.
The having and the need to do, to change. Remember, you're the ocean. Then the need to change, regardless of what's appearing. If it's depression, sure, you may need to take certain actions in order to initially deal with it as you are. Never lose sight of the ocean. Ever flowing, constant ocean. At your seat of your heart, you are love. That we know. And that love flows from that seat of consciousness. And in that seat of consciousness, there is no I, personal I. There's only one I. So if you're aware of that compassionate I, embracing all, recognizing that as who you are. Something that may be appearing temporarily when you identify with that as you. Once you become aware of that identification, return to the I. Ask on whose behalf am I speaking on? On whose behalf am I referring to this feeling, emotion? The next time we do it, we'll do the opposite way when we merge with that feeling and emotion as we've done before. We don't want to discount it, but we lovingly embrace it, knowing that it's only one little facet that makes up love awareness, but everything is God, including the depression. It's just, what are we identifying with? It becomes your teacher and your friend to remind you of who you are. Love you, brother.
Love you too.
You have, if you have any questions, we'll jump on them next week, or obviously send me a text or an email.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you too.
Always good to see you.
You too. So cool to have Zoom now. Thank you, Zoom. All right. Peace to you, brother. Ciao.
Ciao.